prostate gland, vesiculae seminalis. These are glands. Bulbo-urethral glands. And penis. We have slides about testes, deferens, prostate glands, and cross-section of penis. Testes. We have slides with hematoxylinosin and azan, staining, deferens, prostate, and penis. I want to see the number of slides, and I was going to testes number 16, 18, 10, 16, A, and azan.
16 and 15A.
16, A, azan staining. Azan stains what?
Collagen fibers.
Collagen fibers. The difference was 74. 74. The gland is 16. And penis cross section 67.
Bless you.
These are slides. Five slides. Testis is enveloped by tunica luminea as ovary, but during the descending of the testis, it passes through the structure to the layers of the anterior abdominal wall, and they become also their envelopes. Components of anterior abdominal wall are components of envelopes of the testis. This pouch is called scrotum, and then beneath it here is fascia spermatica externa, external spermatic fascia. Fascia cremasterica. Musculus cremaster. Fascia spermatica interna. Fascia spermatica interna and tunica. Vaginalis. Testis. With two sheets, inner and outer. Fascia spermatica externa is formed by the extension below to the fascia abdominis superficialis, superficial abdominal fascia. Fascia cremasterica is formed by aponeurosis of external oblique abdominal muscle. Fascia abdominis superficialis form fascia spermatica externa. Fascia cremasterica formed by aponeurosis of external oblique. Musculus cremaster are muscle fibers belong to external oblique and transverse abdominal muscles. Internal oblique and transverse abdominal muscle, musculus cremaster.
Internal or external?
External form fascia cremasterica. Listen to me. Beneath the skin is fascia abdominis superficialis. It forms fascia spermatica externa. Superficial abdominal fascia. Aponeurosis of external oblique. External oblique aponeurosis form fascia cremasterica. Internal oblique and transverse abdominal muscles form musculus cremaster. Fascia transversalis corresponds to fascia endo-abdominalis, also called. Fascia transversalis, the other name of this fascia is fascia endo-abdominal fascia, corresponds to the fascia spermatica interna, and tunica vaginalis means parietal and visceral layers of peritoneum. The same envelopes has spermatic cord except tunica vaginalis testis. Tunica vaginalis testis obliterates and form ligamentum vaginale. It must obliterate because if persists processus vaginalis, this is indirect on oblique inguinal hernia, it means. Spermatic cord or funiculus spermaticus. Or spermatic cord contains what? It passes through inguinal canal. It contains life. Do you remember? Ductus deferens. Arteria and vena. Ductus deferentis. Arteria and vena testicularis, but vena testicularis forms so-called plexus pampiniformis, pampiniform plexus, then and nervus ilio inguinalis. Branch of lumbar plexus. Now testis. Testis is enveloped. I think we know something about testis from cytology. Do you remember some tubules? Actually, these are numerous tubules. The parenchyma of the testis means tubules. divided by this septa into lobuli. Lobuli. There are between 200 lobuli separated by this septa. In lobuli are located tubuli seminiferi contorti on or convoluted seminiferous tubules. There is here so-called mediastinum, something like connective tissue core. And mediastinum is filled by erected testis network. Erected means network. Erected testis. Erected testis is formed by straight tubules or tubuli erecti. We'll explain the whole of these tubules. Tubuli erecti. From mediastinum arises efferent ducts, ductuli efferentes, and then all ducts open into the epididymis, highly convoluted tubules, and epididymis continues as ductus deferens. Ductus deferens. This is epididymis or ductus epididymitis. The next tubule is ductus deferens. Imagine here is the urinary bladder. Initial segment of urethra. This is the prostate gland. Ductus deferens passes here and opposite here, and it opens here in the initial segment by passing through the substance of prostate gland into the initial segment of urethra. Laterally to terminal dilated part, here ductus deferens. Laterally behind the urinary bladder are located vesicula seminalis. Vesicula seminalis. The types of tubules. The first type, here the second, the third, epididymis is the fourth, ductus deferens, the fifth. The first type that fill the lobuli are tubuli seminiferi contorti or seminiferous convoluted tubules. Tubuli seminiferi contortus convoluted, seminiferous tubes. Do you understand? The next are tubuli recti or straight tubules. The third type are called tubuli efferents. Ductuli, not tubuli, ductuli. And then epididymis. All these convoluted seminiferous tubules, straight tubules, and ductuli efferents here, these tubules, tightly packed, constitute the parenchyma of the testis. Epididymis is located on the posterior border of the testis. It has a head, body, and tail. The tail of epididymis continues as ductus deferens. Tubuli seminiferi contorti, convoluted seminiferous tubes. The wall of these tubules is formed by two types of cells. One type are cells, tall cells with expanded basal portion, so-called Sertoli cells. These are Sertoli cells. They have numerous functions. Did you pass lecture about the male reproductive system? No? They are supporting cells. Sertoli cells, the first row. Theoretically, we will not during the lecture. Which row will you give you the row? Sertoli cells are supporting cells. But they're responsible for creating a special environment of the cells of spermatogenesis. They have special processes here and here. Imagine, these are processes of Sertoli cells, and these processes are interconnected by gap junctions. Between the processes of Sertoli cells, there is gap junctions. And these processes separate two regions or two compartments, basal beneath basal compartment, and the other face to the lumen is called abdominal compartment. During the lecture, she had to explain and these processes and the cells create so-called blood-testis barrier, because there are numerous blood vessels around the wall of these tubules, around the wall of these the mature cells. Here are cells of spermatogenesis. Do you remember the cells? Spermatogonia, A, B, dark, light, spermatogonia. The next class are which cells? Primary spermatocytes. Then primary are the largest. Secondary spermatids and spermatozoa. These are cells of spermatogenesis. And Sertoli cells and their process is interconnected via gap junctions prevent mature cells of spermatogenesis from antigens coming from the blood that prevent the cells. From antibodies, because these cells may act as antigens, mature spermatozoa. And from different, they are prevented from different toxic also substances coming from blood. Mature cells of spermatogenesis have to be gated, prevented. That's why existence of this blood-testis barrier is very important. The other role of these cells is that they're responsible for producing of androgen binding protein. Also, they have receptors for follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone is attached to receptors, and then there is production of androgen binding protein and so on. Also, there are very detailed descriptions. They produce a peptide called inhibin that suppress follicle stimulating hormone, and also produce so-called inhibiting hormone of anti-Mullerian during the embryonic development. She will decide what exactly we'll give you during the lecture, because there are at least 7 functions, but the most important role of these cells is supporting role, they support, and local environment, creating a local environment, and they are equivalent of blood-testis barrier. This is the 3 most important. The other substances are not so important. This is about these cells, Sertoli cells and cells of spermatogenesis. Between and outside of seminiferous convoluted tubules are large 12 cells surrounded by capillaries. These are Leydig cells. They produce what? Leydig cells have receptors on their membrane for luteinizing hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone is attached to the Sertoli cells, but luteinizing hormone possesses receptors on Leydig cells. These cells produce testosterone. They are responsible for producing of testosterone. Testosterone. Do you understand? The wall are lined by Sertoli cells and cells of spermatogenesis. Between the tubules, outside of these tubules, are islets or groups of light cells with well-developed smooth endoplasmic reticulum with numerous lipid droplets These are typical steroid secreting cells. They secrete testosterone under the control of luteinizing hormone. In female, follicle stimulating hormone controls production of what? Estrogens in the ovary and in follicles of the ovary, and estrogens in turn controls with phase on the endometrium, proliferative phase, proliferative. Luteinizing hormone in the ovary is responsible for the production of progesterone. It is released by the cells of luteal body. Do you remember? We learned during cytology. Progesterone control secretory or hypertrophy of endometrium. This is in female. In male, follicle stimulating hormone is attached to the testosterone, luteinizing hormone on Leydig cells. In female, follicle stimulating control is attached on the cells of the follicles, and luteinizing hormone on the cells of luteal body. Straight tubules is lined by simple cuboidal epithelium. These are they have extremely thin wall. Ductuli efferentes have unusual epithelium with tall cells with gynoecilia and small mucus secreting cells. Tall cells with gynoecilia and small mucus secreting. Mucus secreting cells. This is the woman. We can recognize this ductuli by its lumen. Simple cuboidal is the epithelium of tubularity. Ductuli efferentes are lined by two types of cells, gynoecilia and cells with gynoecilia and mucus secreting cells. Epididymis and ductus deferens are aligned by epithelium, pseudostratified epithelium, with stereothelium. Stereothelium, the same is the epithelium of epididymis and ductus. Stereothelia are long microvilli stereocilia are typical for epididymis and ductus deferens in male reproductive system, and also typical for receptor cells of the inner ear, inner outer hair cells. Here, because of presence of stereocilia. Stereocilia are long microvilli. There are kind of cilia, they are not so important. Stereocilia are typical. Ductus deferens. Ductus deferens, this is the woman. Epithelium with pseudostratified ciliated with stereocilia. Then thin lamina propria and very well developed tunica muscularis. Tunica muscularis with 3 layers, as in urinary system. Inner and outer in cross section, and outer longitudinal, and middle circular. Tunica muscularis in cross section, longitudinal lines. Inner and outer longitudinal, these are 3 muscle layers, and the outermost is tunica dentitionals and dense connective tissue. This is the whole of ductus deferens.
Sorry. Can I ask a question? What kind of epithelium?
Pseudostratified columnar ciliated but stereocilia. Pseudostratified columnar ciliated. Lamina propria. No glands. No glands in urinary system and in male system. No glands. Inner and outer longitudinal, middle circular. Tunica dentitia is the outermost. Prostate glands.